I like to critique. Excessive sugar and caffeine are not good for you as a general rule anyway. Even forget about the hypoglycemia. I just got the National Geographic's today, a couple of days ago, and they talked about sugar. Now, sugar originated in New Guinea in the 1600s. That's where it originally came from. And then it went around through the Southeast Islands, and eventually the Muslim empire carried through there, and eventually hit the Crusaders, and then they said, this is nice stuff, but we can't grow it here. Then they found the Jamaican islands and so forth, and they said, let's get some slaves in, and away we go. But sugar is only meant to be a sugar hit, not a staple diet. And in the 1960s, the scientists said it's not the fat that's the issue, it's sugar. But they said no. So then we have all this preoccupation with cholesterol and fats and so forth. But fats is a long-term burning energy source. Sugar is more like a survival thing. I have to have something quickly to survive. Now what happens is everything is fat-free but not sugar-free. So they've compensated with too much sugar. The last couple of years I've noticed people saying, I tell them you've got to cut down the sugar, and they're telling me now I can't. So because sugar it stimulates the pleasure parts of the brain, and then you get addicted to it. You keep wanting it, keep wanting it.
Starts you off your addictive thought process.
So that's interesting because I'm surprised now. Now I think what's happening is that kids are having sugar from a very early age, which never used to be like that, and they've just got used to it so much throughout their whole lives. And now it's actually changed the biochemical nature of your brain. No, I can't. I don't know if it's true or not, but it seems to be logical. Now the teenagers and young 20s are telling me this.
But it's not just in food, it's in all drink,
everything.
And the funny thing is fructose is metabolised in the liver and it turns it into triglycerides. Fructose is not as regulated as glucose. So syrups have fructose.
Anything that ends in ose, stay away
but
from.
fructose is a really bad one.
Lactose.
Sucrose is fructose and glucose joined.
Dextrose.
Yeah, but fructose is
Anything ose.
But that's not actually eating fruit. It's
in fruit as well, but obviously we have it refined that it's in much higher concentration.
Oh, and of course they put in all sorts of.
And you've got roughage in fruit, which tends to dilute it out.
Like
Stuff.
not fruit juice.
Fruit juice is
you
a lot of fruits
of
are put
orange
into
juice.
it.
It's like, do you sit down and eat 6 oranges in a sitting?
No.
That's how much juice is, how many oranges is in one bottle of orange juice.
So the pretty colours and everything like that attract all the kids and stuff like that. Now, with the coffee and caffeine. Okay, so let me go back to you. So now we're talking about diet. And I'll go through the hypoglycemic diet, but I'll give you some reasons behind the hypoglycemic diet. What caffeine does, caffeine actually dries out your saliva. It also helps you kick adrenaline as well, but it dries out your saliva.
How does it do that?
Well, it stops the saliva being produced. That's just the way it works.
So it interferes with the gland.
With production of saliva in the glands. Okay, so it impairs that. And so because you have dryish mouth, your saliva protects your teeth. It's called a buffer. So it neutralises acidity. Another thing that will muck up saliva is smoking. Smoking shuts down the blood vessels at the ends of the body. The blood vessels go to your salivary glands. They shut them down so you get as much saliva.
Adrenaline?
Well, adrenaline does too. That's why you get it when you're stressed out. Your mouth dries. Certain drugs also dry your mouth as well. The big one that's going to do all problems is the Red Bull drinks that have high caffeine, high acidity, and high sugar. Alright? And people get quite addicted to that stuff because they get the kick.
Not just that, the vodka that goes in it.
Well, that's adding on to it. But a lot of uni students are hitting it because they want to be up, they want to be awake, they want to be stimulated to study and do stuff like that. And so the whole combination just is really, it's really terrible. So the caffeine and saliva has a couple of numerous functions, but the main one is it's a buffer. It's also part of the immune system. There's antibodies called IgA which help fight germs in your mouth, and it also replaces the surface of the teeth. So the surface of the teeth is dissolving, remineralising, dissolving, remineralising.
Yeah.
But if you don't have saliva there, there's a net loss of the surface of the tooth. So the teeth become soft. They become less resistant to decay. The bacteria that hurt your teeth love acid. They also produce acid, lactic acid. Right? So you don't have the buffer capacity of the saliva, so there's more acidity, which favours the bacteria. Everyone's got the good and bad bacteria in terms of from a tooth's point of view. But different environments, if you change the environment, you favour certain bacteria. So you get a more acidic amount. Acid also makes the tooth structure dissolve as well. There's nothing to replace the tooth structure just because the saliva is not there with calcium products. Because remember, saliva is basically a filtrate of your blood. Okay? So you've got calcium. The immune system's not helping you. You're favouring the germs. So what happens is you get a high decay rate. Soft teeth. They wear. Okay.
If you combine the fluoride in the water system, I guess that's the ultimate disaster.
Well, people don't drink water.
Tap water, anyone.
They don't drink tap water. They go and get bottled water. Or, which usually happens, Coke is the water. Right? Now, the other thing also is the flip side of saliva, it also helps break down food. So it switches from being a buffer. When you have food, it switches then to becoming digestive, which means it's in that non-buffer state. Okay, so lots and lots of sugar meals means you're permanently in non-buffering, which means the surface of the tooth is dissolving and becoming soft.